Welcome to Medium Rare, the podcast where our thoughts are half-baked and our conversations well done. My name is Brett Owens. I'm here with Alex.
I'm socially disconnected from society.
Sahil.
I am Sahil.
Simple. Tucker.
Yep.
All right, here we are. All right, so we're going to start our show off with some news of the week. Or not news of the week, our stories this week. What happened to us this week? So my story was yesterday. Me and my buddy Dan Sahil, we talked about this earlier. I said I wanted to save this story for the show.
Oh, true. True.
So
God.
we were at McDonald's earlier this week. Or no, it was yesterday. We were at McDonald's, and I was getting my cheat meal, and there was the group of kids on a golf cart, and there was one. He's a bit larger than the other two. He was eating ice cream off the golf cart, just standing there staring at him, and I was like, "Dan, you see that guy over there? That was me." Dan was like, "Do you see the athletic one?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Yeah, because he wouldn't be with them." That was me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're getting just slinging all kinds of pussy, huh?" And dude, we got to the window of the McDonald's, and as soon as the woman opens the window, he's like, "Yeah, I got plenty of poon when I was in high school. Oh, here's my credit card." Just turns and then for the rest of the time we were getting my card scanned and everything, she was just dead faced, not even like we were like, "Oh hi, thank you," like trying to be nice. And she was just like, "Here you go."
Wait, was she the one with the pink hair? I know the McDonald's wear.
No. I think she was new. She didn't know how to scan my card. That was another thing too. It's like not only was this awkward, but old girl took about 30 minutes to scan my card, so we just had to sit there and cook inside in this. But anyway, that was my story for this week.
Like
what do you guys got?
Wow.
You got anything, Alex?
I'm not up next.
You don't have any interesting stories?
Well, mine's not positive or funny. But it is true.
There's a sad story.
Well, so I work at a government job that most people know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
he works for the government.
I work for the government, and I was on vacation last week for 5 days. Went down to see the in-laws in Florida, and I come back.
We'll just go right over the fact that you said in-laws, but that's all right.
I'm married in 20.
Okay.
Sorry, Dad. Okay.
Go ahead. No, I was just laughing at Sahil was just like perfectly posed like a robot. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so we get back and I work this week. Super stressful. Super stressed out about a lot of stuff, as always. Not much to be stressed about. But anyways, get to payday, look at my check, and Liz calls me and says, my wife calls me and says, "Oh, your paycheck was a little low." I was like, "Oh, okay."
All right.
So they didn't put any of my vacation time in. It was supposed to be paid. I received half of my average paycheck, and I'm suffering.
Okay.
Yeah, I went up to them. They said, "Oh, we'll give you the rest of it." I was like, "Oh, okay." And they said, "But we can only give you 65% of it up front."
Oh, do you get that money though?
Eventually.
Okay. What a funny story, Alex. All right, Sahil.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like, hey, yeah. As Tucker always says.
I said it wasn't funny or entertaining, but it was true.
As Tucker always says, it'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that sometimes. On God, it do be like that.
Go ahead.
It would be like the government, though, to do that, wouldn't it? Am I right, lady?
All right, let's
CIA
steer
don't
away
mess
from the
around.
government.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Taxation
Not disclosed.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead, Sahil.
Government.
Okay. It wasn't this past week. I'm trying to think of what I did this past week.
Hey, we're here. We're right here.
Sorry. I went to see Mission Impossible with my little sister.
Oof.
Nobody cares about that. You got any funny stuff?
What? You didn't say anything.
Nobody cared about that either.
Okay.
I'm getting to it because nothing funny happened this week. I'm thinking to about like 2 weeks ago when a kind
You
F1
just acted like this week.
No, but I spit it how it is.
Yeah. I just
kind F-150, lifted F-150, some interesting rims.
It's interesting.
He had cut me off, so I was feeling ragey that day, so I went and cut him off.
That'll teach him.
Illegal.
Very illegal. and he rolled down his window and called me the N-word, but not just the N-word. He had a variation of it. He said, "You sand N-word." And I was like,
no.
I didn't know about that part.
I didn't know either.
I hadn't heard that one before. I'm not gonna lie. He really had me there.
The good old South.
Like, what do you say back to that?
You
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. I haven't heard that
Thanks for
before.
recognizing
There
that.
are so many things
Thank
wrong
you.
with what he said. Like,
All right, man.
That sounds like some game-related activity. All right.
Let's get into it, Tucker.
Well, I didn't really have anything interesting happen to me either this past week, but
None of us are interesting.
I know. I mean, literally, all I do is work and watch anime. So
Wow.
that should be
What
good enough.
a life.
But
single, ladies.
I am. But I can go back maybe 2 weeks. Well, actually, I guess technically it was last week today when me and Brett were in the car, which we've talked about this before.
Let's not do this. You talking about the cookie thing?
Well, yes, maybe.
Hey, Jesse. Your phone.
oh,
We talked about this last week.
oh yeah. Just for the people listening, we did have like a dry run type episode, and it was kind of shitty. Not too bad though. And that's gonna be released at some point.
It might be released at some point. Anyway, Tucker, did literally anything else happen to you?
I really know. That's the problem. I mean, I worked. I watched.
All right,
Did
we
anybody
don't have
not
to
tip
get into
you?
that.
Did anybody not tip you?
That happens.
Oh no!
Okay.
I thought you you shit in somebody's house that you delivered.
No,
food
that
to.
was a while ago.
No, you can talk
Okay,
about
let's talk
that
about
though.
this.
It's
Let's talk
okay.
about
I want to
this.
hear that story.
Oh, okay. Well, I mentioned it, so I guess I'll finish with that story. Okay, so just my stomach hurt whenever I was going. I was going
As it do.
yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Your stomach just hurts. So just taking.
Your stomach just hurt.
I went to take an order to someone's house and just gave them the food, and they were paying for it. And I was like, "Hey,
Can I
Excuse
take
me,
a
sir.
shit in your bathroom?
do you mind if I use the restroom, please?" I really
Why
gotta
did you
go.
talk to him like a robot?
Luckily
Excuse
they
me,
know who my boss is, so it was fine. Like, they weren't strangers.
Okay.
What was funny is it was probably the second time I had met them, so it was a really good impression.
They
So I was like, "Hey,
They
I
called
know
your-
I've delivered your food. This is the second time I've done it, but I really gotta take a shit. So can I please come into your house?" So she was like, "Sure, you can use the restroom." So I went to the restroom and I did my business. I was in there for probably about 10 minutes.
right after you leave,
just
they-
chilling,
right
just
after-
chilling in the bathroom.
Right after you leave, they just call your boss like, "Hey, yes, your employee.
Can
I
we
think his
have a
name
re-
is
It's like, can we have a
Tucker. He blew out. I can't use it anymore. Do you guys pay for the plumber? Or?
I really did feel bad.
You just walk out. Do not go in there.
She tipped me too, which was she gave me like a good tip.
the most generous
She gave me
woman.
a good tip, and and then she also
Her
let me
husband
use
drives home, and it's the guy that Sahil.
it's that guy. Yeah. And I just blew out her toilet, and I literally after I got done, I sat there for a second. I was like, how can I make it not as stinky in here?
And he vaped. Please tell me you vaped
No,
in her bathroom.
I didn't have it with. Why would I bring that with me
no.
to the door? I wouldn't get tipped if I
You
brought it to the
Febreze
door.
that bitch down is what you do.
They had like soap and stuff, so I was like washing my hands and like dripping some soap in the toilet, trying to make it not as stinky. But I don't know if that actually worked.
Oh my god! You just poured loose soap into the sink.
No, into the toilet. Into the toilet.
What you didn't know is that was her kink. So that's why she gave you such a big tip. She's like,
But yeah, so after
I really like this employee Tucker.
Yeah, I like to.
How was your walk out of there?
my
Like,
walkout was fine.
did it smell?
It was.
Yes.
Imagine
Yes.
Tucker.
I mean, I shut the
Tucker has
door.
pooped
I
in my
didn't-
bathroom before. It is not good.
Tucker's done pooping, and he just gets up and he's like, "Man, what do I do? Grabs a bottle of soap and just starts aggressively squeezing
That's
it
what I
into
did.
the toilet.
I literally did that.
Oh man, I'm
I
crying.
mean, once I walked down, I mean, I just like, thank you for letting me use your restroom. I closed the door. I said, thank you, and then
Was there
I
a
just
fan?
left.
Was there a fan?
Yeah. There was a fan going and everything.
Well,
so
bless you for
it
that
may have
one,
taken
my
a
guy.
little bit.
Tucker's
but
gonna be a fan favorite at this show.
He's
it was-
my
it was
favorite.
Speaking of
definitely,
blowing out toilets,
All right, now that we got through with our week.
Cut Sahil off.
Oh, my bad.
no, it's not.
No, he's good.
Yeah, it is. So we got news. Any fun news stories that we got going for this week, or that you guys found?
Well, while you're finding your stories, I'll just tell you that we had 2 cousins over, and they like slept over, and they slept in my room while I had to sleep in the living room. And there's some like heftier gals, and one of them, after they left, I go back up to my bathroom, and there's a
No.
the toilet seat is cracked. Like,
Oh no!
What the top?
like no. Like the seat itself is fucking broken.
The whole seat,
I had to replace the.
like they karate chopped it up the middle.
with their ass though. It
It was
with
on
their
the side.
ass.
There was just a huge, like a 1-inch part. But yeah, they.
I got a good one. Man tries to roll underpassing freight train like quote like in the movies.
I don't bet
Utah
you he
police
died.
say he died.
I bet you. I guess I won that bet.
Actually, I don't know. Okay. God bless the family and friends of the man who might have passed away. I'm verifying if he is for sure dead. Just give me a second.
Rip.
If you guys find some other news stories, I'm gonna find the confirmation for this one.
Okay, I have a good news story. This is just a confirmation that single women will try anything.
Oh
Wow!
no,
wow,
hold on.
Wow!
I'm
wow,
sorry.
wow, wow.
I'm so sorry. To clarify, he did pass away, and in a comment, somebody said, "Hold on."
He was a good guy.
Moonpile said on Reddit, he was impatient to get to the other side, and in a way, he did.
Well, half of them did, I think.
Okay.
No, the other side, Tucker, like he died.
Oh, that other side.
That other side,
Yeah, that other side he did.
not the physical other side.
Physically, he got both sides.
He got both.
He got both sides.
Sorry, this man passed away, and we love and cherish him.
Rest in
I'm
peace.
sure he would have liked
God
the
bless him.
podcast.
be like that.
God bless him.
Okay.
It'd be like that
On
sometimes.
God.
Correction to my previous statement. This is proof that yoga moms will try anything if it says it's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The title of the article is Baby Poo Probiotic Cocktail. Swishy quotes on the cocktail could help fight disease, say scientists. Okay, so baby poo that comes out of babies contains probiotics that could boost gut health and combat a variety of diseases. Scientists have said. I think some people are just into scat and are afraid to admit it. I don't know.
I really don't think that there are probiotics in
Poop?
baby poop. Are there?
Well, there's
How
a
does
lot of
probiotics are good bacteria, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why would the body excrete it if it was
Right.
So
Okay, well, here's
when
the
does
thing.
the baby poop turn into bad poop then? If it's
All
still
right.
good.
How do you differentiate good poop and bad poop?
Past the 4-year-old threshold.
Hold on. Let's not all talk at the same time.
Got it. Past the 4-year-old threshold, that is when poop becomes tainted with a special kind of E. coli. But in baby poop,
I'm glad we're learning.
yes.
did not know
In
that.
baby
You guys didn't
poop,
know you were coming in for an
actually, in a
education.
lot of different babies, they have a lot of stem cells. They have a lot of like growth. I don't
Yeah.
want to say hormones, but a
Okay.
lot of stuff is growing. And so when you
Brett
when
know
you
what he's
ingest
talking
it,
about.
when you get it in your body, you become young. You can become young again. So, anyways, a
So
lot
they
of
think if they eat the poop that it's like a fountain of youth.
it's in a drink, but yeah. So kind of like how people have like what are the? It's like comes from milk. You leave milk out overnight, and it turns into weird cheese curdles. Go ahead.
No, I want you to finish first.
No,
That way I can
The
solidify.
anticipation's just killing.
It curdles.
Anyways, when stuff ferments, people are like, "Oh, probiotics. Let's drink it." So someone decided to let their baby's poop ferment, and they drink it.
Sounds about.
So it's like alcoholic.
Oh no! Hold on.
No, it's not alcoholic. It's just
So
probiotic.
it just marinates.
I believe
Can you put it over meat?
most likely, but it's a
Marinate your
cocktail. Like you're
Medium
supposed to
rare.
drink
There you go.
That's how we got the name.
Yeah, this is a lightly rare. Yeah, this is mostly rare.
This is mostly rare.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare.
That was disgusting.
What were
Go
you
ahead.
going to say, Sahil? I really wanted to
say sounds about white.
Oh. All right. Looks like you got the racist gun over there, so I think...
Yeah, I think you need to pick that boy up.
This sounds also about right.
Right?
Florida. Yeah, right. This one's right.
So you
This sounds right.
Hold on.
Conservative?
No. Hold on.
I know it's going to be good because the first word in the title is Florida.
Man.
We're good.
Florida man always be up to something.
Florida women also be wildin'.
It'd be like that.
Florida man uses chainsaw to take down political sign.
Because ripping it just didn't work.
No, yeah, it just doesn't.
It's
do
not
it
as much of a
justice.
statement as the chainsaw.
Yeah, it's louder.
There's no story there. He just took
That's,
down the sign
that's
with a
all.
chainsaw.
We're done.
Jail now?
Moving on.
No, they're still looking for him.
I'm surprised he didn't use like an alligator because I feel like every Florida man report involves an alligator in some way.
And they all
Grabs
look
it.
alike.
They all look alike? What do
That
you
was
mean?
racist.
Florida man.
All the Florida people?
Yeah, I need you to pick up that racist gun again.
No, that wasn't racist. That like, have you seen their mugshots?
By the way,
they all be looking the same.
Can you lift the racist gun?
The Ray.
Whenever any of us, if we have to say something politically incorrect, we have our racist gun.
He's gonna keep
We
that
just
right
keep
here.
that
Yeah,
close
Sahil's
by.
gonna keep that.
You know I keep that
Sahil
thing on
almost-
me.
Keep that thing strapped.
You know I
Hold
keep
on.
that thing on me.
You gotta not talk at the same time.
Copy.
You gotta be conscious of that.
Copy that.
Yeet. But yeah, that Sahil's gonna keep that one close to him, I think. Anyway,
Okay, because I'm brown.
so yeah. So it's fine. You can do what you want. Tucker, though, what do you got?
Well, it's a little short story, but I read it last week about a deer in New York that swam across the what's the river that's or the body of water that's
Hudson?
near the Statue of Liberty.
I think that's the Hudson River.
That is the Hudson River.
Isn't that
Anybody who lives in New York that's
Believe.
the one that got
listening.
the plane landed it to it?
If anybody in New York's
Isn't that it?
listening, can you guys tell, or anybody who knows anything about the geology of
mighty
New York?
sure.
Yeah, I don't
that
know.
it's the
I don't
Hudson.
know.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it's the Hudson. Yeah, well,
Either way, the deer swam across it and then got onto the island where the Statue of Liberty is. That's it.
So is someone
That's
gonna
all-
does he get a sponsor or
He's
you know,
sponsored by the U.S. of A. Baby.
That's a no.
America.
I think that's an Iron Man.
No.
That's worth an Iron Man.
That's worth an Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Deer.
Oh yeah, true.
Because he's just
Wow,
got
what a beautiful story, Tucker.
Guess we should just call it
Thank you.
Deer Park now.
I
Deer
thought
Park.
it was very nice.
Thanks to our sponsor, Deer Park Sparkling Water.
They are not a sponsor.
Hey, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
LaCroix, if you're out there, think
All
about
right,
it.
guys.
Yeah.
So our main segment on medium rare is called medium rare because we don't necessarily know what we're talking about. We take a week, we research it, we come here, nobody knows what we're all going to talk about until we get on the show, and then we talk about it. So medium rare, half cooked, that kind of thing. So since we've gotten to that point in the show, I'm going to start with my topic, which was the 1988 anime movie Akira.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. This is easily not only my favorite anime movie, but one of my favorite movies of all time. So it started in 1988. It was a Japanese anime. It's set in post-apocalyptic Japan, which is like pretty common with Otomo, the guy who wrote the manga and the movie. It's all mostly post-apocalyptic Japan. The two series that he wrote before he wrote Akira were both set in the same thing, but they were more small scale. So it was directed by Katsuhiro Otomo. He
Coming closer.
okay.
Come and hug me.
Sorry, my producer
Hug me.
Jesse's telling me that I'm doing a bad job. So it threw me off, man. Okay, so it was directed by Katsuhiro Otomo, who also wrote the manga. He originally wasn't going to have full creative control over it, but he ended up taking creative control because he had another anime that he had wrote that got ruined because he didn't really like the way it went. So they managed to do that. So anyway, okay, so it was written by him, and he got help by Izo Hashimoto. I'm trying to say it fast so that I can breeze right past saying the names wrong.
Give him the Ray.
The racist guy?
Yeah, let me get that racist guy. Thanks, guys. Anytime I mispronounce a name, I'll hold it up. So it's based on the manga of the same name. Its budget was $8.2 million at the time. So in 1988,
That is fat money.
yeah. So yeah, in 1988, adjusted to inflation, that's about $20 million today. Which, like, if you hate yourself, if you want to think about it, the Emoji Movie was $50 million. So Akira was so much better.
But
There you go.
I will also say, like,
That was a quote from Wizard and the Bruiser, by the way.
Oh.
But that is 1.1 billion yen at the time. A lot of money. No money. That made it the most, the highest budget of any anime of its time. So the plot, if you just give me a moment.
So they had a cap on that budget.
They had a cap on that thing. Okay. So like I said, it was set in a dystopian Japan in 2019. There is a scene at the end where the main character, he's like, I'll get into it.
Hold on. Did you say 2019?
Yeah, it's
So, like,
set
next year?
Next year, yeah. Which I'm going to get into an interesting fact about that in a minute. So it's a leader of a local biker gang, his childhood friend Tetsuo Shima, said that one right.
That was good.
Acquires incredible telekinetic abilities after a motorcycle accident, eventually threatening an entire military complex amidst chaos and rebellion in a sprawling, futuristic metropolis of Neo Tokyo. Come on, dude.
Oh, my bad. Jeez.
Just blows his vape in my face as I'm reading.
Apologize.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I didn't realize.
Cute.
While most of the characters' designs are set and settings were adapted from the manga, the plot differs considerably, and it removes a lot of the last half of the manga because he still had about 1,000 pages left to write. So like it premiered 2 years before the manga was finished, so which caused a lot of problems because he had to finish the movie and then also find a way to take that and then finish the manga as well. So he had 1,000 pages left that he still had to write. Excuse me.
Wait, the manga, does it
Manga.
directly match up?
Manga.
Like when you watch the movie, is it like panel for panel, basically the manga?
Sort of. Like, well, there's a lot. So like in the manga, in the movie, there's the most anime thing in the world. Their opposing biker gang is a clown biker gang, which is explained way more in the manga.
Okay.
There are also these old people children. So these are like very, I'm explaining it really poorly, but it's amazing, the movie is. But they're explained a lot more. So there's a lot in there that's like not really well explained, but it is still like, again, do we have somebody have their phone on?
That's
Okay.
coming from outside.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Wow,
Projects.
wow.
We'll edit that out.
Jesse, if you
Give
want
him
to
the
hold the gun. Anyways.
Our producer.
We'll edit that out in post.
So anyway, there's a lot of things in there that's more fleshed out in the manga, and then there's another like whole half of a story that's not there. But even the part that he wrote into a movie is fantastic. So anyways, my bad.
No, you're good.
You guys threw me off.
I would just like to say full disclosure that I know nothing about anime. Tucker's really like the anime.
I mean, I
king.
do, but I actually haven't seen this
You haven't
movie.
seen Akira? You need to watch it if you like anime at all, or if
That's
you like
me.
Star Wars, if you like Blade Runner.
Hentai.
I mean,
If you like that. You might like Akira. There's
you might
probably,
like it.
honestly, there's probably some Akira hentai. I can
Okay.
guarantee
Wow.
probably.
Back to
I'm
the.
just saying.
It just be like that,
It just
bro.
be like
Chill
that,
out.
guys. Okay.
Be like that.
So, I've got a lot of like facts in here about Akira.
Pick your favorite one.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try and narrow it down as best I can, just to give everyone a idea. So at the time, most animes were notorious for cutting production corners, limiting animation. So like with anime, you see most animes, it's like the lip sync is very generic. It's just like they're just
Right.
moving their mouth. They spent twice the time. They do what they do now. Like they kind of started the trend where they record the actors and they lip sync from what they've recorded before they draw it.
Right.
So this was like the first anime ever to actually have the mouths moving the way that it should.
But it was too Japanese, so like the English dubs are still off.
No, they figured. Well, I mean, it's from 1988, so they did it both ways.
Okay, cool.
Just for
That's what she said.
Yeah.
that means that there were
Yeah.
for the super fluid motions, especially like not even just the mouths, but just them, like the people's physical movements.
Right.
That's 160,000 animation cells.
God.
Yeah.
It sounds
So-
like
That's
all the
too
time
much.
I don't
That
got
was
it.
insane. This was like one of the first. This is when like computer generated animation started really kind of going off, but a lot of it was hand drawn.
So they were like one of the first to like actually implement that technology into their anime.
Yes. Yeah. Well, this one there's so as far as the 160,000 animation cells goes, that's 2,212 shots, 2 to 3 times more than normal. At the time with all the colors. So like the colors, anime is almost, especially during that time, was never set at nighttime. Almost every scene is in the daytime because it's easier to light that. Because like when you have lighting, you have to specifically make that lighting.
Right.
And at night, it's really hard because there's so many different lights. So with this one, this was like the first anime where almost all of it is at night, which is even more difficult because there's like thousands of light sources within the show. Their storyboard was 738 pages long.
Oh.
That's insane.
That's basically the whole entire. That's the manga.
That's the manga, yeah, without any words. And then, so when it came, Warner Brothers ended up buying it in 2002, and they've been trying to make a live action version for a while. They reached out to George Miller from Mad Max, Jordan Peele most recently, who's like, no thanks, because that's probably the best move that he made, because it's live action anime has never been
they're usually not very good.
and to remake
is there an example
this is the most like legendary anime movie of all time, so like to remake something like that would be extremely difficult.
A good example of a bad live action would be the new Death Note.
Yes.
I think that's
Dragon Ball
that
Wow.
really,
Wow.
really any
of
live
bad
action.
ones.
If it's an anime, you probably shouldn't
But-
do live action.
And then Christopher Nolan was also mentioned as one of the people, because that was like around the time he was making the Batman movies. It was a little bit further back.
That would have been interesting, but I don't see it
I don't think you could make it any better than what the movie is now.
Right.
But there are talks about like an anime series coming out, which would
Now,
be pretty
see-
cool, especially with the manga being so long, and it being so long after it's been written. And then so like the fun fact about the 2019 Japan is that at the end, the main character who gets the telekinetic powers, he gets so powerful that he ends up like getting absorbed by his powers, and like his whole body is expanding, and like he tries, like his girlfriend comes and he tries to save her and he's trying to hold her and keep her safe, but like his body's expanding so much that she just gets crushed by his body, and it's like, it's insane.
Spoiler.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that all happens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read the manga
this
now,
movie's
it's
like
fine.
40 years old.
Very true.
It all happens in the stadium where the Olympics are going to be held, and the Japan is holding the 2020 Olympics.
Wow.
Just like it was in Akira, which
Wait.
I thought was really interesting.
But it happened in 2019, so his math was that off.
But they set the
it was getting ready for the 2020.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like the actual.
So then
it was
that is
the
perfect.
construction. 1 minute. I'm done. That's it. So I just wanted to say, like, I cited all of my work. I got most of it from like Wikipedia. Wizard and the Bruiser podcast is fantastic. They talked about Akira. The Akira episode is awesome if you want to learn any more.
Love Wizard and the Bruiser and all.
I got 1
Last
minute, so
Podcast
let me get
Network.
through this.
Wow.
So the Wizard and the Bruiser
Maui.
Akira episode, and then Forbes also had a lot of information on Otomo. So if you want to learn, if you want to hear like a more in-depth conversation about it, the Wizard and the Bruiser Akira episode, if you listen to podcasts, is a great one to go to. Anyway, Alex.
Okay. Well, this is ironic because, like I said, I don't listen, or I don't watch anime. It's always Tucker's specialty.
Yes. Yes.
I heard.
anime too.
Okay, I didn't know that. I really didn't.
Oh, really?
I didn't.
Yeah, me and Tucker have been watching One Piece together.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just know the One Piece.
Yeah.
I know about One Piece. I don't.
It's okay.
Okay. Anyways, so one of my favorite artists is Jaden Smith right now. He's Will Smith's son. Everybody hates him because he's a meme. That's fine.
You can't hate a meme.
He's got some.
His album was really good.
His album is dope. Sire and Sire Electric. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
I
Okay.
only love him because he's Will Smith's Spawn. Yeah.
Listen to his music also, though.
He's very creative. Okay. Anyways, so what a lot of people don't know is he's in an anime called Neo Yokio.
It's terrible.
Yeah, everybody says it's terrible.
It's terrible.
I don't. Everybody has said terrible reviews about it.
He's
I'm
in
not a
that?
fan.
And
Yeah,
so
well,
you
he
watched
made
it?
it.
You watched it?
I've watched a few
Jaden
episodes
Smith
of it.
didn't
He
make
made
it.
it, and he's the lead
No.
character. Right?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope,
never
nope,
mind.
nope.
Alex
Okay.
knows more about it than me.
Yeah, I spent a lot of
Yeah,
time
I know.
researching.
He
I
does.
fell in love with this just because. Look, listen. If you know Jaden Smith, this character, yes, was designed by him and the other creator, who is Ezra Cohen. Who,
Okay.
He's the lead man for Vampire Weekend, and animations and stuff was by Production IG and Studio Dean, which were Japanese anime studios. Okay. So the cast has an amazing cast: Jaden Smith, Jude Law, Jason Schwartzman, which he's the frontman for Coconut Records, if anybody knows that.
Just hold on. So you didn't say, are you talking about Jaden Smith or Neo Yokio?
Neo Yokio.
Okay. You didn't clarify at the top.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah.
The anime, my subject is Neo Yokio.
Gotcha.
Which I don't like anime usually. From my experiences, I haven't seen that many that have caught my eye like this one.
Okay.
Okay, and that's Susan Sarandon, Steve Buscemi, all part of the Soul cast here.
Not a bad cast.
It's a
I was
great
about to say, it
cast.
sounds
That's
actually really
fantastic.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't heard about it.
Because it has
It's
terrible
been on Netflix
reviews.
for a while,
Garbage,
but
yeah.
it's really bad.
Real
If
low
you-
rating.
If you
Look, it's got a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
They have 3 planned seasons.
oh,
They have 3 planned seasons. From what I heard a lot is that if you like anime, you will hate this.
Ooh.
But from my
Yeah.
understanding, I
Okay,
don't
I
know
hate
much.
it.
I don't know much about anime, so
that's okay.
me walking into it, I was like, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah.
3 planned seasons.
You're allowed to like it.
What I really like about it is it kind of, the main character played by Jaden Smith. His name's Kaz Khan, and he's just very like into himself, but it's kind of like a reflection of the best and worst of both Jaden and Ezra. Ezra being the writer of the show. So he kind of had a lot of creative input in that specific character, who he's very vain and like obsessed with fashion, but it takes place in a world.
Yeah, seeing that now, I can understand kind of why you like it. Then.
Right.
I feel yeah.
Right, and a lot of it is what a lot of people say it's not. Okay, a lot of people say it's not a social commentary or a parody of anime in general, but that's literally exactly what it is.
Yeah, that is.
And that's why I think it's hilarious and fun, and there's not like too much seriousness to it. As you can see, like the plot is that he is a natural born demon hunter, which is ridiculous, which was what I usually would see in anime as well. It's kind of a
Anime is
ridiculous,
pretty ridiculous.
ridiculous main character, and he has some kind of ridiculous power, but they don't focus too heavily on it. It's just kind of the fact that
No, I don't want to breathe in my mic.
I really like the show.
Sahil just tried to yawn with his mouth closed.
That shit on film too.
Anyway, sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
Shit kind of
Anyways,
hurted.
really like the show. It has a lot to do with they name drop Gucci, Prada, Ralph Lauren, and it's just a lot of funny moments where he's like, you're the definition of. He didn't say basic, but basically basic. And he goes, "You're literally wearing khakis." And Kaz Khan says, "Those are Ralph, though." And I literally cried. Like, just stuff like that is just really funny to me. I just really enjoyed the anime altogether. If you don't like anime, you still probably try this. But
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Do you have any other
It sounds interesting. I don't know. Like I literally have never heard of it until you.
What other?
said it.
So you've never watched any other show? Like
I've
anime?
watched One Punch Man. I tried to start One Piece, and
So you've watched between One Punch Man and Neo Yokio. You've watched the only two like really parody animes there.
right. And I absolutely, and I mean, I've seen stuff from other animes,
Yeah.
but like I really, really liked One Punch Man. Thought it was
Oh,
hilarious.
of course.
Yeah,
Thought it was
One
great.
Punch Man is fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Next season comes out in April.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And so this show was released last year, Neo Yokio, and they have three planned seasons. They just did their first one. It's only 6 episodes, 20 minutes each. Easy watch. I binged it in a day. So
Where can you watch it at?
Netflix.
Yeah,
It's only on Netflix.
He's only said it.
Oh, it's
4
only
times.
on Netflix.
No, you definitely said Netflix a few times.
It's only on Netflix. But,
I mean, Seven Deadly Sins is a good anime. That's on Netflix.
Yeah.
so is the movie Seven that's on Netflix. All right.
Okay, so
Go
just
ahead.
completely off topic. Anyway, go ahead, Sahil.
Speaking of anime,
Are we all doing anime?
no, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I tried to get into one specifically called Gintama because my brother was watching it, but it had way too many Japanese cultural references, so I just
I
kind of.
mean, it's made in Japan, so I'm.
No, I know, but he was like, but he really enjoyed it.
I don't like
So,
the Japanese anime
I thought I would
because
give it a
it's too
shot.
Japanese.
I didn't understand Japanese culture.
Here you go. Here's your gun. The race
Sorry.
is gunning it.
They have nice food. That's
Okay.
a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Slam the thing down on the table harder.
Sorry.
We're right here, Sahil. You don't have to look over there.
I'm trying to.
Conversation is here.
I want to talk into my mic too at the same
You
time.
good? You good?
Okay.
I told him to talk into his mic.
Okay,
Thank
it's
you.
fine.
For
Smells good.
I mean, you can do that.
He busted a nut in the studio.
Alex just spilled his drink everywhere.
I didn't realize that this was bigger than this.
All right.
It's
So
like, all right. It's all about
hurry
design.
up, man. You got a few minutes.
Either way, I just went on. We just go on this app called Fandom. Is that what it's called?
Fandom?
Yeah, Fandom. And then I went under recipes last time, so I went under recipes again this time.
Dog. Come on, man.
my God.
Why are you doing this to us?
Chill. It'll get better.
Okay.
And so
Why?
I just
I'm
thought-
intrigued.
It better be good. I want to be
Hold
hungry.
on. Hold on.
If we keep talking over him, we're never gonna get to
Okay,
it.
let's
So
go ahead.
I just want to get hungry
That's
after
big
you
goal.
get finished.
If you could
I
just get
better
me
get
hungry.
hungry.
If you
So-
could just get me hungry, please.
I got sausage rolls, which
Okay,
is like the
man.
British
You're just-
version.
Can't wait to hear
Pigs in a
about
blanket.
that.
Pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
I look
I'm
at it and it's
intrigued.
fancy
Yeah,
pigs in a
it's
blanket.
fancy pigs in a blanket. And, you know, I could have just gone on and told you guys the whole recipe like last time,
No.
but I just kind of made like my own branch of stuff I wanted to say
Okay.
about this.
Okay.
The sausage rolls,
Listen, man. I'm real disappointed that you did this.
Me too.
it gets better.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not. I'm actually.
I just want.
Go ahead.
As
That's
long as
okay.
you can make me
I support
hungry.
you. Alex has faith in
The
me.
middle guy.
As long as you can make me
All
hungry,
right.
it's good.
First of all, I just wanted to note that
Why are you facing me? Go.
pigs in a blanket, good.
Yes.
Chicken minis, also good.
Yes.
Chick-fil-A is the most underappreciated. Like people
disagreeable.
overestimate.
Hold
what?
on.
What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good with it?
Look.
We will fight you over
Chicken
some
nuggets.
chicken minis.
Chicken nuggets. Good. Mm-hmm. Chicken biscuits. Good. Biscuits.
Yeah, they-
good. Sponge bread on chicken nuggets. Not good.
Delicious.
You're the only one that
Chicken
thinks
minis
that.
be bussin', bro.
Hold on.
I don't even know what you.
So, are you trying to correlate? Like, are you trying to show us the similarities between a chicken?
Oh no,
minis
I was
and-
just gonna. These are just thoughts I had. So
He's
I
just like,
wrote-
no, I just was thinking about meat and bread.
It's just
and
prose.
So,
He wrote his segment in prose.
Yeah, I literally just went on with this, and I was like, I'm just gonna tell you stuff that I think.
I think
Oh my
it
God.
kind of
Right.
works though.
So, okay, so you didn't listen to the podcast that I asked you to do, and also you half-assed our own podcast.
Essentially, yes.
I really appreciate.
Honesty,
like
honesty is the best policy. But also, if you think about it, pigs in a blanket are kind of like chicken minis.
If you really think about
All
it,
right,
it's just
but
a different
Less
meat.
healthy. Less healthy.
But then I was like,
I mean,
but then I wanted
there
to
you
talk
go.
about like Chick-fil-A. Like I really just wanted to talk about Chick-fil-A.
So why didn't you just start with Chick-fil-A?
Because that's not the topic I got on the
R.I.P.
app.
True
you
Cafe.
don't have to use the app. We
But
explained
I
this.
used it as inspiration.
Oh my
This is what I'm
God.
trying to get at.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm being
Disappointed.
fucking chewed out right
I'm
now.
mad at you.
All right. I'm just gonna start with the first time I had Chick-fil-A.
Let's just hear about
What
Chick-fil-A.
on earth?
Yeah. Okay.
The point was to
this show's
research
going-
a topic.
Hey, let
culture.
the man talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, shut the fuck up, Jesse. That's our one F-bomb for the show.
Haven't I used like 3 now?
We get one for every show. I just used it, so we're done.
Cut that one out. I want to use a different one.
Yeah. Word. So okay, I'm gonna start out with the first time I had Chick-fil-A. 7-year-old me.
You remember that far
Yeah.
back?
Yeah. Why not?
We had this.
He's
we had this
18,
conversation
okay?
last
Yeah.
Fresh on the brain.
It's
I'm
a little
about
more
to be
fresh.
19 and very legal. I went with my pregnant mother, And I witnessed her have a grilled chicken sandwich, and she threw that shit up.
No.
At Chick-fil-A, why would you get a... Oh, you said grilled chicken sandwich. I don't know why I thought you said grilled cheese.
No.
I don't think that's
I don't know if
you
you can get that at Chick-fil-A.
You can't get a grilled cheese on the at Chick-fil-A.
I'm so mad that we're
Hot
talking
cheese
about.
on a bun?
I'm so mad that we're talking about Chick-fil-A right now.
Okay, Chick-fil-A is so good. Like, okay, I know we're not supposed to be too raunchy. Wow. But
That's
Use discretion. Viewer discretion is
I'm just gonna
advised.
say it. I'm just gonna tell you how it is. Chick-fil-A is so good that even when the guy said those homophobic comments, I was like, Chick-fil-A's food is so good that I'm gonna still keep eating there. When Cracker Barrel said something racist, I was like, after I finish this $25 gift card, I am never eating there again.
yeah. It's like oh man, he said that stuff about gay people. Man, that's crazy.
I love
Start
taking
eating a
political
chicken
stands. Like,
sandwich.
I would never shop at Hobby Lobby.
Just hold on, everyone, hold on. We love the gay community and
With so much. That's
bless
why I'd be
you.
taking stands.
yeah, 100%.
Besides that Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A be banging sometimes.
It'd be bussin'.
I mean, I got some gay friends that are just like, you know what, it sucks, but
They're food good.
that chicken sandwich is too good.
And the girls that be working at Chick-fil-A
Okay,
are so
All right.
And they have all the guys that vape in the back.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
yo,
cooks.
I
They're
can
just all
confirm.
cooks.
I can confirm that is correct.
It's true. And I mean, what else? Chick-fil-A. Take shot someone at a Chick-fil-A. He's
Yeah.
never getting out.
Nope.
Free my boy.
Free my boy Take
He's not coming out. Speaking of Take,
Killed
he
someone.
actually got another felony for having like a cell phone and maybe drugs in his jail. So that's another. So he's never getting
My
out.
man, yeah, he really don't care about.
Who kills someone at a Chick-fil-A? That's like a church.
Yes, I mean you just
It
stole that
really
from a
is.
meme, but you're right.
No, they literally do Bible
God.
studies at Chick-fil-A because it is that godly.
Why does Alex's laugh sound like a phone alarm going on? Go ahead.
Think about it though. Who's
Somebody
doing Bible
just check
studies
it.
at like McDonald's or Subway?
You right? No cap.
So,
No cap. I smell you.
word
On God.
that on crib.
That sounds like a whole lot of
Wait, was I not
gang-related
supposed to say
activity.
that? I don't know.
Can we be done with Chick-fil-A
Yes.
and move on
I'm
to
still
Tucker,
confused on
or-
what your topic is.
It's Chick-fil-A apparently.
No, it's English pigs in a
sausage
blanket.
rolls. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that he researched his topic just now.
Yeah, you
But
hit
hey,
that.
it's all
you
right,
hit
though,
that
'cause-
surprised me,
Did
but
you
no.
really?
You did because
Did
the
you?
recipe. Hold on, the recipes tab was the last thing that you searched last week.
yes.
You touched that and then you hit surprise me just now. Did you not?
Okay, well, did you guys want
Hold
PUBG?
on. No,
I
listen to
researched
me.
PUBG, but I didn't want to do PUBG.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The whole point of last week was so that we don't do that again. And so guess what you did? You did it again.
Well, I did PUBG, and I was like, people aren't gonna laugh at this so much.
What are you? I just talked about Akira for like 10
Yeah, I
straight
talked about
minutes.
Neo Yokio.
It was interesting.
Wait till we
But
get
it
to
didn't have
mine.
to be funny.
Okay, I'm
This
sorry.
is
I'm
the this is-
disappointed.
sorry.
Look, the point of this show is that we pick topics that we don't know that much about, and we delve into it and learn about
Throughout
it.
the week, and then we teach our audience about what we've
And
learned.
each other.
You've been eating at Chick-fil-A since you were 7. You know too much about it.
Look,
I still,
nice if you
I
went
still
back
enjoyed it though.
and learned about
That's our
Truett
producer.
Cathy and Truett Cathy's son, his successor,
Dan.
Yeah, if you
the business side of it.
Dan, Kathy, my man Dan.
But instead, you just decided to
By the
tell us
way, if
about.
Chick-fil-A wants to throw us a sponsor, we'll be
Chick-fil-A
against
for-
that.
we are
sure.
not against it.
we love you.
We
but
love
we
you
do
for
have some
sure.
conflicting views. I'm sorry.
Also, the voice that you're hearing is our producer Jesse.
Skimeka.
Hello.
Shemeka.
Okay,
May
so
Legit Media.
you're done with your half-assed work. Let's go to Tucker.
All right, I'm gonna do that whole ass PUBG segment next time, and ain't nobody gonna be laughing.
That's fine. Nobody laughed at.
Man, you're,
Tucker,
you're
go
leaving
ahead,
Sahil
Tucker.
medium bare,
Okay.
bro. He's
I
bending you
know.
over.
Well,
Medium bear.
This is not fun anymore. I'm not having fun right
Then
now.
leave.
No.
Nah,
no,
mistake.
No. We need representation.
Like,
Oh
how
my
you gonna
God.
You're right.
get? Like, how you
You're
gonna get
literally
home?
using
How is you right here?
Take this.
All right, Tucker, go ahead.
okay. Well, my topic, I guess it kind of goes into you guys as well. Maybe not Chick-fil-A in that, but with Brett and Alex. So I wanted to talk about something that maybe we have all heard about before. Most likely you have, but I wanted to talk about Lavender Town in Pokemon
Oh.
and the Lavender Town syndrome. It's kind of, I mean, it may be a little bit more drawn out for, you've heard about it a lot, but
I honestly
I have no idea
No
what you're
idea
talking
what
about.
you're
you don't know about Lavender Town?
I mean, I played Pokemon and I know about Lavender Town, but is there something special about Lavender Town?
Yes, there's something really special about Lavender Town.
Teach us, Tucker.
Okay.
They,
let's just
they're
go,
rich in essential
go
oils.
into the basics. I wrote some notes about it, but just so Lavender Town was first introduced into the Kanto region of the Pokemon games.
Okay.
In Pokemon Red and Green.
This is for everyone who isn't up to speed on their Pokemon canon.
Which, I mean, most people, for the most part, everyone knows Pokemon. Or at least if you watch the original show, Lavender Town was in the original show. So you at least have probably heard
Aren't
of
there
it.
like 900 episodes now, though?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's still going.
I mean, there's
yeah, there's like all kinds of stuff.
There's like
because-
5 different Pokemon
I mean, they
shows.
just had Sun that came out 2 years ago, so they have like a bunch of stuff that's coming out after that. But what's mostly known for in Lavender Town is the graveyard. There's a graveyard in the town where it's like Japanese style. It's like a huge building. It just has lots of different tombs in it, and like that's the focal point of Lavender Town. Is that, but besides the graveyard itself, there's this high-pitched like song that plays that it's known for. It's this weird 8-bit song that was actually created by this guy named Juichi Masuda, and I know that's how you pronounce it, so I know that's right. That worked at Game Freak, and that was his original job, was just literally he just made the music for the original games, just the 8-bit music.
Okay.
And now he still works for Game Freak, but now he's more of like in the director role, which I think is really cool. That he literally just went straight from making music to now like he actually helps develop the games.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So with the song, there came this Lavender Town syndrome, and it's a creepypasta. So I wanted to read the creepypasta.
Oh yeah, let's
Okay.
get into it.
I thought that would be interesting to
I
bring up,
love that.
especially for
Dude,
this
Tucker,
first
way to
episode.
go.
Icy
Before you get
Proud
into
of you,
the
Tucker.
creepypasta, cite it.
Okay, so I
and
got it
also,
from-
Hold on. I was just thinking about it, and not only did Sahil ruin this week's episode, but he also told us his topic for next week's episode, so thus ruining next week's episode. So I appreciate that.
It's not ruined for everyone. I mean, he's not. the
Anyway, go ahead,
integral
Tucker.
part.
I was just thinking about that.
Wow. Well,
For the record,
yes.
He really ain't got nothing to
sorry,
say.
I
Why
didn't
is
put
that?
that on
Why
your
am I
typing.
getting this?
You just marginalized a minority.
Yeah, what the heck? Here, you got the ray gun?
I
Where's
got
it at?
it. I just
gave it to him.
for the
Okay.
record, you're doing great, Sahil.
You're not.
No, I mean, I
Brett
thought it
is
was funny.
Thank you.
I thought it was funny too. He
I
made it work.
appreciated it.
I
It
wasn't.
was a nice break in fact. You know what I mean?
But if Brett doesn't bend you over at least once per episode, then it's not.
I
a
do
good
like
show.
it when
over
Brett
before
bends
this
someone
episode.
You
over.
are my son, and it's out of love.
I do.
Brett
This
bends-
hurts me more than it hurts
We
you.
also do not support pedophilia.
Well, I feel like that should be
It's
known.
true. We really.
Anyway,
don't.
sorry. Let's get into this
Yeah,
creepy
so-
pasta.
don't
Tucker,
even want
go-
to mention it.
Tucker-
Okay, well, all the content that I got for my subject, I got from the Fandom app. So I'll just read the creepypasta as I got it from online. So the Lavender Town syndrome, also known as Lavender Town tone or Lavender Town suicides, was a peak in suicides and illness of children between the ages of 7 and 12, shortly after the release of Pokemon Red and Green in Japan back in February of 1996. Rumors say that these suicides and illnesses only occurred after the children playing the game reached Lavender Town, whose theme music had extremely high frequencies that studies showed that only children and young teens can hear, since their ears are more sensitive. Due to the Lavender tone, at least 200 children supposedly committed suicide, and many more developed illnesses and afflictions. The children who committed suicide usually did so by hanging or jumping from heights. Those who did not acted irrationally, complained of severe headaches after listening to Lavender Town's theme. Although
Sahil's trying so hard to hold it in because he knows if he looks like he's laughing, he looks like he supports suicide or something.
Although Lavender Town now sounds differently depending on the game, this mass hysteria was caused by the first Pokemon game's release. After the Lavender Tone incident, yes,
So this is not fiction.
I don't know, is it?
It's a creepypasta.
It's a
It is
creepypasta,
fake.
but I mean,
Some of them are real.
yeah,
Some creepypastas are true.
I don't.
The Slender Man thing was real.
that was real.
No, that's a real thing.
But not the spin-off where he has tentacles and...
No, well, it was like an illusion that these girls...
It's like a cryptid almost in a way.
Yeah, like these girls said that Slender Man told them to kill their friend, I think, or
that happened recently.
Yeah, but it's not that.
That
like,
happened recently.
Some Slenderman comes and takes kids out
they
of
wanted
parks.
they wanted to be his proxies.
I like the use of that term.
Prox. That's what it's called. Like an understudy. It's a
Our
proxy.
producer Dan's really enjoying this. He's off to the side.
He likes proxies.
twisting his mustache.
Wait, real quick before you continue. I just remembered this. This is how I used to torture my sister.
It better not be about Chick-fil-A.
No.
if you start talking about Chick-fil-A.
Maybe on the way to Chick-fil-A, like when we take family trips and stuff, like in the car, I would play the dog whistle and then cover my ears because like we'd gotten a pair of earplugs from a Delta flight.
Oh,
and I put them in. And
Hold on,
ear
you put
infection.
them into your sister's ears?
my ears, and then I would play the sound, and she would be going fucking nuts. My parents can't hear it because they're too old, so she would be the only person like hearing this faint, and I'd be laughing my ass off.
That's kind of evil. How old was she?
He just
She was probably like 3.
shrugs his shoulders.
She
like,
was
I don't
3 years old.
I was an asshole kid.
Yeah.
How old were you at the time?
How old am I now? Like 18. 12. I was like 9.
How old am
I played
now?
on my iPod Touch. I would be like,
Hey, call back to that.
iPad
oh wait,
Touch.
was it the
iPod Touch.
Was it that dog whistle app? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to do that to my
exactly.
teachers all the time in school. Tucker, back
But-
to you. Sorry.
Almost, it's just the ending
Let's finish
of it.
let's finish it.
Because of all the incidents, the game producers...
Incidents.
But from the incident, they decided when they would remake the game, they would fix the frequency, so now it plays at a lower pitch. A lower pitch. But not even just the song itself is another thing I want to talk about with Lavender Town, but just the graveyard itself kind of brings to light the mortality of Pokemon. That you don't think about it when you play, but there's literally a graveyard with thousands of bodies of Pokemon that are in this building. And it's just one of those, like, whenever like you play, you don't, your Pokemon faint.
Almost like it was preconceived. Like they...
It's like little subtle hints they throw in of like you don't really think about it.
Oh, that's so weird.
Like, there's a little kid, like these are little kids playing this game, and there's just this huge ass building of dead Pokemon. And when you go inside, there's ghost type Pokemon, and also like in the game, there's just like ghosts. Like they're not specifically Pokemon; they're just like ghosts.
I remember.
So those are literally like the spirits.
I was literally playing Fire Emblem not too long ago, and I got to that part. Yeah, I know what you're
Fire
talking about
Emblem
now. Or Fire Red, whatever the remaster
Fire
was
Red.
for the SP.
Yeah. No, but it's crazy. That's like, and that's literally like the only place that you'll ever really see it mentioned of like death in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Especially in like green, red, even in the other games where they bring it back to the area.
Yeah.
Like you won't see that mentioned again outside of Lavender Town. There's no death besides that. And I just thought like that whole town is just fucked. If you think about it, it's just fucked. Like you got kids that are killing themselves over the song, and then you got dead Pokemon. It's just... It's not very fun. But yeah, I thought that would be something that would be interesting to talk about.
Is it real? Is it not? We'll
I mean,
never know.
I don't see... I mean...
I'm not asking you. I'm just saying. It's a hypothetical.
It's just interesting. Like, I've never...
Anything... I would say anything's possible.
That's really cool. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get close. We're getting close to the end here.
We have about 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we can just talk about what we're doing next week. So we're pretty much going to be doing the same thing. We want to try and introduce some guests. So we'll have our producer Dan here for next week's episode to help us kind of talk about some stuff. Give us kind of a mediator. A mediator sort of role. He won't really be researching anything, but he's going to be kind of like our audience. So like he's going to be listening in. We'll have some extra segments special for him. Sahil's got some prepared.
got some in the lab.
Okay. So next week's going to be great. Let's see.
Ooh, can we talk about how this podcast actually started?
Yeah. So just to end it off, a quick little story. The only reason we have this podcast is because Sahil found a coupon for mics that were $30, and it brought them things down $24 to $6.
We paid $6 whole for
Free
these mics.
shipping.
At least
Amazon
us
Prime.
3, and then Tucker and our producer Dan, who also bought a 5th mic, they didn't get in on the
They went
deal.
out sad. They had to pay the full amount.
They had
Oof.
to pay that 30.
Be like that.
Yep.
Big 3-0. Okay, so I want to just have a quick thank you to our producer Jesse. He's helped us out so much this week, getting everything set up. We got this beautiful banner here because of Jesse and because of the guy who owns our studio, Kyle Kahn. So we want to thank Kyle Kahn Studios.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you so much, and for our mixer too. We love you, man.
Appreciate you.
So there's that, and then I guess that's it. So, and also all the rest guys, they made our jingle. So if you guys like our jingle,
Follow them on Instagram.
my voice cracked right inside. Okay, so follow their Instagram. It's just all the rest, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Another thing too, definitely follow us on Instagram at the Medium Rare Podcast. And you can find us on Facebook as well at Medium Rare Podcast. You can search for us.
And then individually, my Instagram is at Brett_Owens.
I'm Alex has a cannon on all the stuffs.
At Sahil.76.
Good old Tuck. That's OLE Tuck. Just has to specify. Not old, but old.
All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate it.